At this point, being pregnant, I've actually been working with a prenatal personal trainer. It's crazy how you have to utilize different core muscles when you're pregnant to make sure your abs don't separate and do all these things that you had no idea until you get pregnant. It's wild. Hey, I'm Leah Vandale, and today I'm gonna tell you how I gear up and wind down with my workout routine. This is everything but the sweat. I'm actually an early riser. I don't sleep in. Unfortunately, I wish I did. I don't wake up early by choice, it just happens. First thing I do is make a cup of coffee, and it is just black coffee, plain black, nothing crazy, nothing fancy. And then I make a nice big breakfast, which usually entails eggs, turkey bacon, some sort of carb, whether it's a bagel, an English muffin, or some toast. And then after that, I always hop on my bike, my Peloton, and I do a little cardio. I stick to my Peloton every morning. It's kind of like a way for me to wake up. I go on my phone, I check my emails, check my social media, I just kind of scroll mindlessly. It's just kind of my way of waking up, and it's just a good way to start my day. As far as working out at home, I have a little setup in my basement. I have a Peloton, I have a bunch of free weights, so I like to have that as sort of my backup in case I can't get to the gym, in case I can't get out of the house that day. But I much prefer getting a workout in outside of the house. It's so hard for me to motivate myself, but it is nice to know, like in the back of my mind, if I don't have the opportunity, I can just pop downstairs for 20-30 minutes, get in a quick workout, and then move on with my day. But in order for me to get like a really good workout, I have to do it outside of my house. My go-to pre-workout meal or fuel would be something with nuts, like a nut butter, almond butter. If I'm really hungry and need a lot of energy, I'll put almond butter on an English muffin with some banana and some granola and some honey on top. I really like to have a good fat before I work out. If you ask me what my philosophy is for my pre-workout fuel, there really isn't one. I don't know if there's any evidence-based proof on having a fat before a workout. I personally just like to have a nut butter. It helps me, gives me the energy I want, and if that's not the right thing to do, then I don't really care because I'm gonna do it anyway. So I'm not a big supplement girly. I don't really like to do supplements. As far as vitamins go, obviously right now I do a good prenatal, but I'm big on trying to get my vitamins and everything that I need from fruits, veggies, from the foods that I eat. Of course, I like a cup of coffee before I work out, but other than that, I just try to grin and bear it and just get into the workout with my own sense of motivation. The type of athletic wear I like to wear to work out at home is literally whatever I slept in that night. I'm probably just throwing a pair of sweatpants on and my husband's t-shirt. I don't really care what I wear when I'm working out at home. But if I'm going outside to work out, if I'm going to the gym, I'm going to the Pilates studio, I like to feel cute when I work out. I feel like if I have an outfit put together, I'm going to feel my best and put in my best effort. I really am just like a big yoga pants, and I like a crop top or a sports bra. For me, that motivates me. Even if it's in the wintertime, I'm still gonna work out in a sports bra. I mean, obviously not outside, but in the studio or in the gym, it makes me feel good. As far as my workout sneaker game goes, I don't really care. I'm not big on like needing a specific type of footwear. If it's a sneaker, I'm gonna wear it. I mean, I'm not gonna like crease my J's when I'm working out, don't get me wrong. But as far as like an athletic shoe, to me a sneaker's a sneaker's a sneaker. If I can wear it to work out, I'm gonna wear it. To motivate me to get a good workout and to get in the gym, or even pre-match, if I need to get like pumped up before a match, I need to listen to Megan Thee Stallion. She is getting me hyped, she is getting me going, and I just feel like my best self. I feel like a bad bitch. Can I say bitch? I feel like a bad bitch. She makes me feel so good and so excited and motivated, full of energy. I channel my inner Megan Thee Stallion once I listen to her, and I'm ready to go. My favorite genre of music, I kind of like everything, a little bit of everything. I mean, I love pop, I love hip hop. Anything that's gonna get me dancing, get me going, get me moving. It's my favorite. If I need to get in the zone before a match and I'm really feeling like I need something extra to get me motivated, I like to read some bad tweets about myself. I like to read people that are trying to tear me down, tell me how much I suck, how bad I am. I read those and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go out there and prove you all wrong. My workout routine before I was pregnant looked a little different than it does now, but prior to being pregnant, I was in the Pilates studio at least 5 days a week. My other 2 days off, I would be in the yoga studio. So it'd be Pilates and yoga primarily. I've kind of moved away from lifting heavy weights. I feel like at this point in my life, my joints are sore, and it's more important for me to be stretched and elongated and feel really good. And I've noticed great results with the combination of Pilates and yoga together. At this point, being pregnant, I've actually been working with a prenatal personal trainer. So she's been really helping me with the breath work, and it's crazy how you have to utilize different core muscles when you're pregnant to make sure your abs don't separate and do all these things that you had no idea until you get pregnant. It's wild. But I've been working with the prenatal personal trainer, and she's been putting me through a workout 3 times a week, mixed between light weights and breath work and some cardio. As far as working out when I'm pregnant, of course I'm trying to listen to my body. I don't want to push myself too much, but it is important for me to stay active, stay moving, not only because it helps me physically, but it helps me mentally. If I'm not in the gym a couple times a week being pregnant, I just feel stagnant. I don't feel motivated. And it's just important, I think, to listen to your body and find that proper balance and do what works best for you. Right now, I'm working out about 3 times a week, about an hour long. Proper workouts, that's, cardio, some weight training and stretching, and then I love walking. I try to incorporate some yoga when I can. But if I'm not pregnant, I'm working out 5-6 days a week. My philosophy on rest days sort of changes depending on the week or the day. Prior to being pregnant, my rest days were not quite as often as they are now, but when I did have a rest day, I like to have a complete rest day. Sometimes maybe my rest day would be going for a little walk or something like that if it's beautiful out. But it is important to rest your body, and I try to listen to my body and make sure if it wasn't even a planned rest day, but I'm feeling like I need to take a break, I'm gonna take a break, and I'm not gonna feel guilty for it. Especially now, being pregnant, it's super important for me to listen to my body, and my rest days are just that, rest days. That's laying on the couch and just kind of watching a TV show or hanging out with my pets or my husband or something like that, and just being in the moment. If I have muscle fatigue from working out or from a match, from wrestling or something like that, I like to take a nice bath with some Epsom salt. I think that's really important to just soak my muscles, and a lot of stretching, do a lot of heat, and just make icy hot, and just making sure I do what I can, whether it's even going into the acupuncturist or getting a massage, stretching, all the above combined really help me to feel my best. My approach to working out when I have an injury, it just depends on the severity of the injury. If I'm just sore, I'm gonna try to push through that. But if it's an injury that really requires some downtime, I have to listen to my body and make sure I can work around that. If I'm feeling tight in my legs, then maybe that day I'm working more on my upper body or vice versa. But it's just about, we all know our bodies best, so it's important to just listen to yourself and know what precautions to take. Post-workout, I'm trying to get some protein in, some carbs. So when I get a shake, I make sure I don't do almond butter or peanut butter or anything like that. Definitely a protein, and sometimes I don't mind a little Snickers bar if that's all I can get my hands on. After a big match, I really love to indulge, whether it's a nice big cheeseburger or a piece of pizza, a whole pizza. To me, that's my treat for putting my body through some craziness and really just exerting myself. So I like to refuel with something that is just very satisfying. I'm not picky when it comes to pizza. Of course, I love a plain cheese pizza, of course. Put all the toppings on the pizza. Give me 1 topping, give me 2, give me none. I'm not picky. I even believe in pineapple on pizza. I know that's controversial, but if it's on pizza, I'm gonna eat it. On my off days, I'm going to be wearing sweats. I'm going to be wearing my husband's baggy t-shirts. I just like to be comfy. Even if I'm going out for the day, when I come back home, I'm not laying around my house in jeans. I'm not laying around my house in yoga pants even. I like to be in baggy sweatpants, baggy sweatshirt or t-shirt, and just be cuddled up on the couch with a blanket wrapped around me. If I'm just trying to chill out, as far as my playlist goes, I really like some acoustic. I like something light and easy to listen to. Honestly, even maybe some Billy Joel. I like listening to him if I'm cooking and just kind of unwinding. When I want to relax, of course, I like unwinding on the couch with a glass of wine. It just kind of makes me feel like I'm in my element. I mean, obviously not right now, but pre-pregnancy, post-pregnancy, a glass of wine here and there, I really do enjoy. But I think just being with my family really just helps me be grounded, and my husband, my stepkids, my pets, just being at home. I'm a homebody. So when I'm home, I'm feeling just chill and relaxed. And candles, I love a good candle, some incense, maybe a little sage around the house, just getting everything calm and together and clean. I just love it. For anyone trying to embark on a healthy lifestyle, I think it's important to do what works for you. We can't compare ourselves to what works for me. It might not work for you. What works for my girlfriend is not going to work for me. I think it's important to find a routine and a pattern that works for you, and little small changes over time can make a big difference.